Thank you. And before we go back to media, we have a question from our administrator, Jill Ruby.
Well, thanks. I often talk about how special the National Laboratories are because we do team science. And there's no better example of that than what we just heard from you. But I'm guessing maybe you didn't come expecting to do exactly what just happened. So I'd be very interested in just like short stories about why did you come and why do you stay at the lab? Thank you.
I think I can give a quick answer to that. So I actually toured NIF while it was under construction as an undergraduate. And so seeing the scale of what was possible at the National Laboratories is what drew me in, as well as being able to see the ability to do great science that has an actual impact on national security and energy applications. And so I hope that anyone watching who's inspired by this current moment comes to work with us in the future and take this to the next level.
Yeah, and I actually have a very similar story, so you might notice a trend here. I came as an undergraduate in 2004, and I saw NIF, and I thought this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be part of this large interdisciplinary teams working together, grand challenge on problems that move humanity forward and are so important for the nation. Also, it's just fun to tell your friends you shoot big lasers, and my dad really liked it as well. So.
All right, we've got one question over here.
Hi, Michael Greshko, National Geographic. Thank you all for being here and congratulations. What time on December 5th did the shot occur? And for each of you, in the minutes and hours after that, how did you first learn that this shot was special?
I can start with that. So the shot went off, I believe, at 1:03 a.m. last Monday. And so I was up to look at the data. And as the data started to come in, we started to see some indications that this had happened. And one of the first things I did was call one of the diagnostic experts to double check the data. And we kind of went from there.
So I had vivid dreams of all possible outcomes from the shot. This always happens before a shot, from like complete success to utter failure. And then I woke up. Thankfully, Alex had sent me a message. So by the time I woke up, I saw that it wasn't a failure. And then, of course, I start emailing you, texting you right away. And, so just amazing feeling of you start looking at, you see one diagnostic and you think, well, maybe that's not real. And then you start to see more and more diagnostics rolling in, pointing to the same thing. And it's just a great feeling.
So for the laser team, the work started earlier in the night because we had to check and make sure during the preparation stages of the experiment we're on track to a successful delivery. So numerous phone calls, emails, checking of the results real time, giving the green light to proceed, and then the relief when we see the result and the laser didn't screw up the experiment. That was relief number one. And then we start to receive the text with potential yields, and that's, eureka and Eura moments. So.
Well, for target fabrication, our work usually ends somewhere about a week before the shot when we deliver the target to the facility. We had high hopes for this one, so I was checking email as soon as I woke up to see how the shot did, and was very excited about the numbers that I saw.
Yeah, so as Annie mentioned, we're building off of prior experiments, and we had good reason to be optimistic for this experiment, so I was very keyed in and curious. But as I started going later and later, I gotta get the kids up in the morning. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. But I woke up at 3 a.m, just out of sleep, and I went to check my email, and I saw the number, and of course I'd done the math before the experiment, so I knew what number I wanted to see for gain greater than 1, and so the preliminary data came out, and I was like, holy smokes! So. That's how I sort of, and then I went back to bed, or tried to go back to bed, which was,
I actually didn't find out until the next morning. I was at the airport at SFO about to board a plane to come to DC actually to attend the Fusion Power Associates meeting, which is an annual meeting where we have fusion leaders coming together to really work together on how to push forward fusion energy. But anyways, I got a call from my boss saying, "I think we got ignition." And I burst into tears. And I was jumping up and down in the waiting area, the crazy person. Yeah, the tears were streaming down my face. After all these years, every time I walk into the National Ignition Facility, I still get goosebumps. And so it's a wonderful place to work, and I'm so proud of this team.
Thank you all.